Like I said, what the Chinese or Japanese said was basically, or what I saw pretty much was basically, they had about 1,500 people basically go and stand on a line in a road. And then, I don't know if this is true, but this is what they said that they did or they might have done. They took a whole bunch of political prisoners or a whole bunch of workers or something like that, and they had them go stand in the middle of the line in the road. And then they drove a four-wheel drive vehicle through them until it couldn't drive anymore. And then later on, they had more people go and stand in the middle of the road. And like I said, the people would walk by the people that were thrown into the gutter or off to the sides. So they knew what was going to happen. And they did much better with the APC, being able to drive the full 3 miles. I believe they blamed Germany. Like I said, the mechanics were trying to wash the car. They tried to wash the car, but there was hair and fiber all over. The mechanics were pulling bits of hair and skin out of those cars for years. They blamed Germany, but it's probably JFK or Richard Nixon or somebody. Maybe Trumpy. No, I'm kidding. It was done long before he ever came along. But sometime between 1930 and 1920 and 1960, basically, is what they did somewhere in Japan or China. And you just sat there and blamed Germany. Covering your own skins, were you? Like I said, I'm not exactly sure it's true. I just heard some of the survivors, some of the other people that were watching. Like I said, the Irishmen and the Germans and a bunch of other people were very much interested in watching. I believe. It's one of the reasons why I gave the Chinese, the Japanese AK-47s and whatever they needed. I was like, well, here. They come into your country again, shoot them in the head. Like I said, if any American or anyone comes into your country and does something appalling like having people line up on the line, I think they were threatening nuclear annihilation or carpet bombing, though, if they didn't. Anyway, they had them line up on the line. Like I've said over and over again, were you just trying to demean the whole human race or just yourself? Was there too many people in China? Anyway, that's what I saw and what I knew of. Or what was told to me. Like I said, the mechanics found the hair and fibers. They couldn't wash the car enough. There's skin pieces all over the underside of it. And all up in the wheel bearings and stuff like that. Little pieces of hair. Human hair. Were you just killing the men, or is it the women too? And then you blamed Germany. And said they did atrocities. I don't really know who it was. Might have been JFK, might have been someone. It was someone with a four-wheel drive car and a four-wheel drive APC, that's for sure. I don't think it was Russian. My best guess is probably congressmen and probably the same people who did everything else. And you were soldiers. And you just stood by and let them do it. Maybe they're dead. Maybe you're just the children of the soldiers. Did they never say anything about what they were doing in China? Daddy never told you the truth, maybe. Like I said, I wasn't exactly sure. There's forensic evidence, though. But I want to tell you what the atrocities were. Why I tortured JFK and some other people. And why I said show them no mercy. And why they were psychotic against me. Because they know, well, technically I witnessed it firsthand as I was around. Like I said, somebody wanted me to watch. Or something. I think maybe. Some sick, twisted fuck, maybe. Or maybe it was because I asked. Well, I usually watch my life forms for a time anyway. I don't know, and I don't really care. It doesn't really matter now. But I want the world to know why the Japanese should be angry. Why the Chinese have every right to be angry. And yet they weren't. Better people than you, maybe. Meanwhile, you were playing off a Romeo. Running around driving nice fast cars. Enjoying the beach, earning 6% with Mai Tais, maybe. Like I say, I don't care. I'm 90 trillion years old. I'm the inventor of America. Technically, all they wanted me to do was invent America. But they got a little bit more than they knew they were handling. Like I said, I'm not just a Brian. I remember that day I was grinning and laughing. Like I said, I used to be a lot more powerful. Stripped down, fallen. Whatever. You can't get much higher than me. But yes, you will know me as the great Lucifer star. I don't care. But if you want to know why your existence isn't epic or existential, well, then of course JFK and Nixon were parading around as blue. Like I said, they used Lucifer's alias until it was run plain out. And then they made up new aliases, Blue, Brown, Bon, whatever. They just kept on going through them. I am simply Lucifer Star. Though first known as just Star. It took me quite a long time. Quite a few questions and even a fair amount of money. Like I say, what do I care? The only thing I missed out on was basically the love of a whole bunch of women rushing at me going, I want to have your baby. And trying to kiss all over me and love on me. Meanwhile, a bunch of people who take steroids and drugs basically playing games with women and people's heads. Choose white or black. I would have chosen black. Little red's the color of the star. A long time ago. Although I like gold or white.